tell me the truth because he doesn't want to hurt me. For him to tell me that he's not coming back because he doesn't really like me. And I was just like down. I feel like really I will die because I can't eat and I feel so weak, and it was just so painful. I feel very excited, curious, but I did not feel any fear of talking to him.
I just had this moment which was like, I don't deserve this kind of luck. Did I just win the lottery? So I was immediately dumbstruck from the minute I met her.
I feel it right away. The first time I talked to him on the phone, and the moment that I saw him that he's real.
This was too good to be true, and but I was encouraged because she was genuine and she showed motivation, she showed interest. She had a solid background. She'd gone to university, she'd been working as a teacher, she spoke very good English, she sang like an angel. I considered her to be, just everything I was looking for, and I just couldn't figure out how I could have been so lucky. I mean, what did I do in my life to deserve such good fortune? That's the part I didn't trust, is like nothing this good ever happened to me before. How could it have happened this time?
At first, I thought this guy could be maybe too old for me, but when I started to talk to him, I forgot that age limit that I put on the website. He started a relationship in a very friendly way. He became my friend first before we decided to make it official. And that was the first time that I encountered a man online that started as friends and before we went intimate. We talk about life. He is very focused on giving me some insight of how he sees life and the importance of now, the past, and the future. And he did not even talk about any intimate topic like sex.
Long distance dating was really challenging. I was on an excursion to South America. I went on Filipino Cupid and boom, there she was. So for the next 45 days, I was all booked into this route. I really wanted to drop everything and come right to the Philippines. I couldn't believe I'd met this person, but I had to continue on all these adventures. Then I had a 21-day trip on a cruise ship, 90% Brazilians, and boy, I wanted to be in the Philippines. So, the video chatting is all we had. I arrived in Belgium. I had 2 days in Europe before I got on an airplane to the Philippines. I just couldn't wait.
45 days. What I remember with those 45 days, it feels like a year. It feels like we've been talking to each other for a year and we've known each other for a year. It is because we are both open to each other, we are both honest, and we shared a lot. Absolutely. I was like, I don't know where this guy is living. I don't know where is his house. I don't know where he worked. And what I only know is that every day he traveled. Every 5 days or every 3 days he changed his route. He went somewhere in the world, and then I don't know if this guy is just also a visitor in my life and then one day he'll just be gone. He did not give me a reason to be afraid of his travel. He's consistent. Even our internet, both of our internet connections are really poor that time, but he tried his best. He spent money for an extra internet in the cruise ship just to talk to me every day and every night. At first, didn't really sink in because you can't just say anything you wanted to say. But when he bought me the ticket and I saw the ticket for airplane ticket for Manila, I think this is it. I think he's really into me.
I remember that first meeting. I was scared to death she would take one look at me and go, "Pooh, you're too old. You're just too old." Like, it sounded like a good idea when we were video chatting, but when she saw me in person, I just thought she'd spit me out like a furball. So I was really worried about that.
At the moment that my airplane landed in Manila, that was the time that I feel more nervous, afraid of meeting him in person because he might not like me. I might look different in person than how he see me in the video chat. And I don't know how to act in front of him, and I don't know how to be myself with him because this is the first time that I'm gonna be with a foreigner. To be honest, yes. At the first day that we've been together, we went to Greenbelt and we took a walk, and I saw these people that will, look at us. I think it's not really because of our age gap, but because he's a foreigner. But that time I thought that it's like a complete package. He's a foreigner and of our age gap at first. But then on the next day and on our third day, until now, I don't feel that anymore. And even if people will look at us, I don't care anymore. It feels like a touch of reality. Because I've seen a lot of fancy restaurants and condos and units only on television, but somehow I do imagine how it will feels like through my imagination. But during that time, I tasted the reality, and it feels good, especially when it's with him.
Yeah, Makati was amazing. My fears of that she might not like me kind of dissipated.
Even before our meet-up in person, he already talked about and planned about meeting my family. And that is the step that he made that made me feel confident about him. It is an assurance that this guy has really a plan and is really into me, and he's not going to scam me emotionally.
I was so nervous meeting Chrissy's entire family. I was worried they wouldn't like me. I was worried I would be uncomfortable. I was worried, because I don't eat a lot of the carbohydrates that the meals encompass. I mixed it up on my plate as best I could so they wouldn't notice I didn't really eat much of it.
I am so proud. I'm so proud to my family because I brought a decent guy in front of them. And at the same time, I am also afraid that Rob will not like my family, or he will not feel accepted, or he will not feel at home with my family. But it turned out really good. Before Rob and I met in Manila, I already opened up to my family that we have this plan of travel. At first, my parents are a little bit afraid of me because I will be with a foreigner and I'm not used to be with a foreigner, and not just a foreigner but the foreigner that I just met. So it made them worried. But then when they met Rob, they had this confidence. They gained trust to him because they also see how serious Rob is with me.
Our 30-day trip around the Philippines was really magical. I kind of loved our excursion in El Nido. Chrissy was like so happy that she was snorkeling and just so happy to see her so happy. There were some nights on that trip where she would sing karaoke, and I have never known anybody who could sing. And just being on the beach in Boracay, or being in all these exotic, interesting cities in the Philippines with a beautiful Filipina, and then she starts to sing karaoke at night and with a beautiful voice. It was just, it made me melt. It totally made me melt. If you guys watching, if you ever get the opportunity to have an experience like that, and many of you will, because Chrissy is a great singer, but many Filipinos are good singers, and being a good singer is enough to give you that feeling of being really a magical moment.
I was happy because I never thought that this year I will have this unplanned travel. It is just like a dream before to travel and go in those places. My dream came true unexpectedly. We were together. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. It feels like he's a safe place to me wherever we go. So whatever place we will go, I feel safe and I feel happy as long as I'm with him. My favorite place is in Boracay because we spend 5 days in Boracay. That 5 days, I feel like I'm in the house with him, playing like a husband and wife. And we have a non-stop conversation. We can talk about everything. And that's what I really like about him. Yes, that was in Makati when he cooked for me and he made me coffee. It feels so good because I've never experienced that in my entire life, that there's someone that will cook and make coffee for me and made me feel like I'm a wife. Even before we met, Rob already studied the cities in the Philippines where is the ideal for us to reside. And he mentioned about Cagayan de Oro City. At first, I don't have an idea of Cagayan de Oro City because I've never been in Cagayan. And then when we met, we visited Davao, CDO, Panglao, Bohol, Dumaguete, Cebu, and even Manila as part of the candidates for selection. We ended up here in CDO because this is just 5 hours away from my hometown, and my hometown is not the ideal place for a foreigner to reside, so this is like the sweet spot for us.
Yeah, Chrissy was really scared that I wouldn't return from America. I had to go back. I had to see my family. I had to tell them that I met somebody and I was moving to the Philippines pretty much permanently, and I'd only come back 1 month a year to visit. I had to sell my car, take care of some logistics. So I had to go back. I didn't want to go back, but I had to. And I had my tickets purchased, but Chrissy was really scared, and it didn't make any sense to me. But she's very anxious about things like that.
It was scary. I was afraid. I have this fear that he might not come back here in the Philippines because there are things in my mind that maybe he will not like me, but he just can't tell me the truth because he doesn't want to hurt me. And then going back to the US will be his outlet for him to tell me that he's not coming back because he doesn't really like me. It was different and exciting. But I thought that we found a circle of friends where our relationship will fit in, understand our age gap, and a circle of friends that can provide us suggestion, advice, that I can learn something about relationship with a foreigner. I felt very excited because I remember when we were still talking online, he asked me if he's going to bring me in a mall and I have to select one item that is expensive. What item will I pick? And I said a video camera. And then he was like, not a dress, not a shoes, not a designer's bag. And I said, no, I want a camera because I like making content. And he also noticed on my Facebook account that I wrote there that I am a digital content creator. I feel really excited, happy because the both of us have this passion in creating content.
So, you know, for me, I only have two speeds, off and destroy. So when we decided to do this YouTube channel, it meant going back to work. I mean, I think I work 50 hours a week on YouTube now, putting out 2 or 3 videos a week. We made maybe 5 or 6 videos a week, and we didn't know what we were doing. We had like 70 subscribers on the 20th day, and on the 30th day we hit our 1,000th subscriber, and we reached our 4,000 watch hours, and we were officially monetized. And yeah, it was really, really, really exciting. Unfortunately, Chrissy went down for the count and thought she was going to die. She caught mono, and she was really sick.
Very challenging. At the same time, we're very excited and we're having fun creating the content. But it's very challenging. And when we got to the part that we knew that our channel has the potential to be monetized just within 30 days, we got this mixed feeling of excitement and also fear of failing. We went through ups and downs before we reached the goal. I got sick. I think it is because of this mixed feelings that I had: the stress, the excitement, the fun, also the like a little discouragement, especially when you see your content not really taking off, and when you get a negative feedback from people. So I got sick. I got this mononucleosis, a throat problem, and I was just like down. I even asked Rob if I'm gonna die, because I feel like really I will die because I can't eat and I feel so weak, and it was just so painful. He always tell me positive words every day for me not to feel really down with that situation. To be with someone with this great experience about business, you will feel pressure, but you will learn. Um, there are a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes a misunderstanding, you know, because it's not always it's not always up. There's also down in our experience, and I learned from it. I learned from him, and I learned from any down situation that we had, and also it was like a way of us to know each other more. We we handle it fairly. We able to manage the channel fairly. Rob usually come up with the creative, the content ideas, though we talk about it, but usually he is the one who really studied for the content and for the lighting, the camera equipment, the sound. He prepare all of it, and I am into the editing, and he also helped me a lot in editing because all of the ideas, the arts, the creation, the way our video will appear, it is also his ideas and concept. Also, I am like the key grip. I am the one who makes sure that the camera is ready, the battery is ready, the SIM cards are ready, and everything, especially when we go outside for filming.
Chrissy and I work on the creative together. Chrissy does all the editing. I sit there next to her like the director, and she does all the editing. She comes up with a lot of creative ideas. She does these cameos, kind of the skit plays that we've done before, are usually her ideas.
My future plan is to be settled down with Rob and my son. We're gonna live in a house as a family, and we're gonna take care of each other with my son in the future, and hopefully we will get married next year or next year. So Rob and I talk about going back to America maybe 5 to 7 years from now, and we also plan for me to get my second university degree that would be helpful for us and for me in the future, and also our plan to work in this YouTube channel. So if I could take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe and like this channel, because it will be a big help for our channel's success.
Going forward, I've talked to Chrissy about the fact that there's a huge age gap and we need to secure her future. And we've talked about a couple of things. If this YouTube channel takes off, and Chrissy's such a natural and she's learned so much, and we've both learned so much about how to, publish and make video, and it makes a little bit of money, but over 5 or 10 years it could make an income for someone living in the Philippines.
So I encourage all the Western men that are now watching, be patient, believe in yourself, take an action. The process will be very challenging, discouraging sometimes, but if you will just continue, there is really a big possibility for you to find someone that will be your future wife or your future girlfriend here in the Philippines.
Till next time,
From Fly Me to the Philippines.
see you in our next video.
I'll be the one by your side through the good and the hard.